Alright guys, what's up? It's B Manny. I just wanted to show you guys how you can beat Realm of Legends using a Scarlet Witch crit team. Now there's different crit teams available. I like this one because it's the highest percentage crit rate. However, you can always use a mutant crit team or other variation depending on your roster. And I'll also show you a little bit of my fighting style. You kind of get an idea of how I like to attack, especially once I've got them stunned. What you'll notice is I try to maximize my hits with their stun time. So if they're stunned, but I can't get a full combo in, you see here I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's re-stunned again. Sometimes I'll only do 2 or 3 hits, so that way I can go ahead and get another full round in. One reason too that I opted for this crit team versus a mutant crit team, which of course does more damage but the lower crit rate, is my Scarlet Witch is 99, so the more she's getting crits, the more buff she's going to gain, the more regen she's going to do, because I have on full suicides right now. Definitely don't have willpower maxed. And see, you can even slip up. She's back full health. I don't have willpower max and I don't have coagulate max, so it's causing me damage. However, you can see here the bleed is gone, but I still lose. Well, it's hard to say with the double stacked regen, but there we go. 42 and 29, so I'm losing 13 per tick, so 26 per second indefinitely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can get another round of combos in. That SP2 off. Now I do run Mystic Dispersion level 3, I think, when I did this at the moment. So you'll see every time I either do a power steal or I nullify a buff or something, my power bar jumps up quite a bit. That's a good one. On average, 12,000 with no buffs, 20,000 with maybe a cruelty. I get a sick one later on the next fight with the class advantage, a 5-stack fury and a 3-stack of cruelty. So that went really well. So 119 hits, 3 minutes, 192 overall. Not too bad. She really just rolls over Captain Marvel. It's wonderful. 28,000, that's a good one. Now, of course, you'll see elevated damages because it's a crit team, so it's not necessarily providing me any critical damage, but once again, I am running those double suicides, so she's about 60% stronger, plus I do max glass cannon, which adds an additional 7.2% to her attack, so she's pretty beefy right now. I'm going to try her out here this afternoon in Alliance Quest and see how it does. God of War starting today too, so I'll see how my champs do there. If it bleeds too much, or I find that not being able to use my specials like normal becomes an issue, then I'll probably have to pull them off. But double suicides are definitely great for speed clearing, legends runs, and grinding arena. The fight's in so fast, and you're getting a little bit of a point boost based on your PI. You can see here, level 99 Witch has a 100% chance to proc either 0 to 8, which is dumb. I don't know why it's 0, but every once in a while it's 0. 0 to 8 buffs or debuffs on every crit hit. So I guess technically there's like a 12.5% chance on a crit hit that nothing happens. So it's nice because then 87.5% of the time she's stunning, regenning, cruelty, fury, weakness, power lock, power steal. Wonderful champ. Changed my life. Oh yeah, this here ought to finish it. Boom. 28k and done. 159 hits. Realm of Legends is a great place too, even if you're not able to run through the full thing, to get your timing down on your parries, evades, practice, fighting certain champs. It makes it a lot easier when you come up across them in war or in story or just anywhere across the game. Now, of course, if you're wanting to make a serious run at Realm of Legends, you're going to want probably a Scarlet Witch, definitely, Guillotine for Wolverine. I'm sure it can be done, but of course, if you're not regenning, these fights are so long that even just parrying every once in a while like this, you're going to slip up. You're going to have to block. You see that there was over 1,000 damage just blocking. You're going to need somebody that can heal themselves. So Wolverine, Scarlet Witch, I suppose Doctor Strange, never seen it done, but I know it can be done. I've seen people do the Realm of Legends with Star-Lord. I'm sure Iron Fist, a really super beefy one, could, but you're going to end up buying revives just because they can't heal the same way these champs can. And plus, when she gets 3, 4, 5 stuns in a row, and you're just rattling off 5-hit combos, one after the other, followed by a special 2, it definitely speeds up the process. Stun, stun, stun. You can get your special 2 off there and rush back in as long as you use it well enough. Now, a lot of times when I'm doing these fights, of course I'm watching my hits, I'm watching the opponent, but I'm also watching for that stun. And a lot of times I will be watching, once they're stunned especially, I'll be watching my buffs. If I can get a SP2 off before a buff expires, even though maybe I haven't finished a 4 or 5 hit combo, I definitely want to do it, because if I've got a 3-stack of cruelty or a 3-stack of fury or a combination of the 2, I want to get that off before it expires, because you're going to do additional damage that way as well. See, stun, just got the 1 fury, so I'm just going to keep hitting them. Adds cruelty, boom, you can get another one in. Jugs isn't too bad. I mean, he's definitely tough. What you'll see in the next fight against Rhino is that guy, A, class disadvantage, and B, that armor takes forever. I let that SP1 off there because my buffs were expiring and I wanted to do max damage with it. There you go. 165 hits. 194 total. He hit me a couple times, but not too bad. 3 fights down under 9 minutes. Yeah, see that 181 on Fury hits against Rhino. It's frustrating. Even the 15,000 on the SP2 is kind of weak, all things considered. The weakness against him is kind of nice when it stacks up, because obviously he's stronger because of class advantage. So whenever you do have to block or take a punch, the weakness lowers his attack. I think it's 7% or so. See, I've got 5 stacked right now, so there's 35–40% reduction in his attack. So it won't hurt near as bad if you do have to block or he ends up hitting you or something. And it's just rinse and repeat with these guys, man. Stun, stun, stun. Get your 5 in. That time there, I knew I wasn't going to get my SP2 in time before my buffs expired, so I went ahead and just finished out the combo and let it rip. I definitely try to stay away from using her SP3. It's just not as efficient, definitely doesn't do as much power, and it's slow. The animation time is it's way too long, especially when you're trying to finish something. Now, I will save her SP3 later, which you'll see for Wolverine, in case he gets a regen or a double stacked regen that I can't nullify right away. I want to use that SP3 to get rid of it, but we'll talk about that more when we get there. And when an opponent's blocking, I use the same approach in War, Quest, anything. When an opponent's blocking, I usually only hit them once, maybe twice, to get them to try to attack into my parry. So you see here, one. Just Rhino, of course you can't intercept. But once or twice, depending on the champ, and if they're getting really low on health, now of course here in Realm of Legends, you know, they got so much health that I don't bother to hit them 4 times while they're blocking. But if they're getting low on health in AQ or AW, and you can do some decent damage, then by all means, you know, hit them 4 times while they're blocking and then try to get your parry. And 8 stack of Fury, nice. 50k, 217 hits, not bad, and only about 19, 20 more hits than Jugs took, so. Now Storm, we're gonna face roll Storm. She doesn't even know it's coming. You do have to be careful. I think she catches me once, but you see right there, I'm losing 130, but I'm gaining back 60. So what's that, 70? I'm losing 70 per tick, that's 140 per second for the first 15 or 16 seconds while the bleed is on. So these suicide masteries, especially the way I have them, I'm gonna lose a lot of health. If that's the case, we're talking, let's see here. 740 per second times 16 seconds, I'm gonna lose 2,240 health in the first 16 seconds. And she's only got 13,000, I think 800 health. So I'm giving up about 15% of my health every fight if it lasts more than 15 seconds. So without that regen, I'd be dead within 4 fights, probably. So that's why I'm still on the fence about even keeping them on. We'll find out today in AQ. If I go tits up and get busted, then they'll be coming off ASAP. Go back to my old setup of no defense. And she's just rolling through Storm. You slip up every once in a while. That's okay, man. You can't play perfect. I mean, if you're averaging 250 hits per fight times 11 fights, I mean, which some of them are going to be more than that too, you know, that's almost 3,000 hits. And in 5-hit combos, you know, that's 600 combos you got to pull off, and countless parries and everything else. So it's like I said, with the right champ, it's okay to slip up once. Now, I will say, you know, don't get hit by a special, whatever you do, especially Storm's SP2. You'll be dead in a heartbeat. But the animation is fairly predictable. You know, she starts to float up in the air, screen goes dark, just dash back, and you won't get hit by her SP2. Kind of same thing with SP1. Now, vision here, I don't like blocking that much, and I don't like getting hit by that if I can avoid it, but I won't try to evade his specials because they don't do any damage. So if you know, you think, oh, I got to time out his special, I mean, there's no reason to it because you don't have to. Now, Scarlet Witch in AW or AQ or pretty much just AW and AQ. Questing War will not pull as many regens, so, but on the same ticket, you know, with recoil and everything, by the time she gets an SP2 and hits them with it, I'm not going to take the damage from recoil because the fight will be over. There's not a lot of champs outside of bosses that have 20, 30, 40,000 in health. So, and if you're fighting a boss and you can take off 25, 30k with SP2 and only lose 5% of my max health, which is going to be roughly 600 or so. I haven't even looked at what it is when I do the recoil. I'll check here in a second, but it's totally worth it because hopefully she's going to proc a regen anyway and gain that right back for you. Let's see here. Recoil 699. Okay, so she's losing, yeah, about 700, which is about 5% of her max health. But with a double, triple stacked regen, no problem. Tried to sneak in that 5th combo, didn't quite get it. Right here, 1, 2 heavies, and then go right back into a 5. So there, I got an additional 2 hits at least off of that. And with the Scarlet Witch, every hit you can, 154 hits take out vision. That's awesome. Every chance you get to lay an extra hit on somebody with her, you know, it might be 2 extra crit hits. It could, one of them could be a stun, one could be a regen. I mean, there's so many things that can happen with her. You want to get as many hits as you can in on every single fight. And I have Parry, and I think it's Stupefy, the one after that extends stun duration by ½ second. I've got them both maxed. And I mean, this here is the exact reason. I want them to stay stunned as long as possible. So while I'm face rolling them, boom, I'm getting crit hits. I've got a triple stack Fury. I can just keep them stunned, keep them in the corner, and just keep on laying into them. I'll come in for a 2 hit, have 2 mediums, and then right back into a 5. And if you'll notice, I mean, these guys rarely even get off a special because I'm constantly power stealing, power locking. It's I'm not gonna say it's unfair because it's still a challenge, you know, to play this perfect for such a long duration for every fight. Which really, I mean, not too long. You get 3 minutes in a fight with a boss or any of your AQ or AW matches. So to take them out in 3 or 4 minutes isn't really a whole lot different, but it's just a lot more hits you're landing for sure. These guys aren't too bad. Of course, as Scarlet Witch only has class advantage on, I think, 2 of the fights. Yeah, Captain Marvel and then Black Bolt later on. And the class disadvantage, of course, against Rhino and Hulk at the very end. But the rest of them, even though there's no class advantage or disadvantage, I mean, she's still just gonna pound them into the ground. 167 hits right there for Black Panther. So now to the Scarlet Witch. Now this fight's gonna be a pain in the ass with the double suicides, and you'll see. What she does is, because anytime she gets hit by a critical hit too, she has the chance to proc a debuff on you. And so there you see right out of the gate, I'm heal blocked. 130 and 38. I'm losing 168 per second. Plus she's got, sorry about that. My hard drive got full. I had to restart the recording, but She's got a triple, oh quite, yeah, there's a triple stack poison on me. Heal block, my regens are doing nothing. So the double suicides right here. I've ran through her without dying 2 or 3 times with my normal mastery setup. Of course I don't do as much damage, but I also don't bleed to death. So this, yeah, once again, heal block, I'm gonna be dead here in just a few minutes. If I can, I try to get away from her right here, let the heal block expire, kind of get my regen, give me a little bit of health back, and then I'm gonna see if I can't get another regen without a heal block on. So I'm watching my, oh, there we go, I got a regen. I'm just gonna let that work its magic for a minute. Missed my evade, had to block it, so that sucked. Another regen, kind of get away from her for a second, recoup some of that health, 120 per tick, so 300 or 240 over 8 seconds, I think it is, so I can get about a couple thousand of health back off that one. Now I'm running low, I know I'm gonna die, so I'm just going balls out right here. Yep. Go ahead and use my other champs just to wear her down a little bit, because I know it's going to be the same song and dance when I go back to using the witch. That she's going to heal block me and everything else, so let's just wear her down as much as possible. And I really like Black Widow's SP2. I know that, you know, I'm going to get the recoil off of it, and I can't regen that, but it's worth it. 5, 8, yeah, 9, 10,000 on that one. Plus the extra crit hits right there. Boom. I really like getting Scarlet Witch to an SP2 because it's so predictable to evade. Now the SP1 is kind of a pain in the ass, especially if you're far away. I mean, you really got to let that thing get right up on you before you evade, or else it's just going to clock you. And I've had it happen with her a couple times on this, in the Realm of Legends, where she hit me with it and she procced a regen, and this Scarlet Witch will regen at 7,000 per tick, so 14,000 per tick, and that there, it sucks. Because yeah, you figure 14,000 times 8 is well over 100,000 health she's regenerating. Yeah, I just did that for the bleed. I mean, 340, you know, per second isn't gonna do a whole lot. And I don't have any of my Despair or my Deep Wounds max or my Assassin max like I normally do. So, you know, bleeds aren't gonna last as long. And once she gets down below 18% health, you're not gonna see the 60% increase in my attack either. I'm not really sure with my current setup if there's a way that I could run Assassin maxed and Deep Wounds maxed without pulling a lot of stuff out of utilities. And I really like my utilities, plus I really like Mystic Dispersion at level 3 or 4. I'm running 3 right now, and yeah, that was just sloppy. I'm running 3 right now because I wanted to put a point back into Science Detect for War. It's huge for me. Some people may find it a waste and just say, well, just lead out with, you know, Black Widow, or lead out with Crossbones, or lead out with your skill champs right out of the gate, you know, in case you come across an Electro or Nightcrawler or Spider-Man. But I prefer to know when to use my Black Widow, because a lot of times, you know, especially for bosses and stuff, you're gonna run across these Nightcrawlers. I want to save them as long as I can throughout the quest to get them there. So I'll use Captain America a lot of times, because I bring Cap, World War II, Crossbones, and the Black Widow to war, and I've got a 7% additional crit rate and 25% crit damage with that team. And of course Crossbones has the ability to, once he gets some Fury stacked, to not allow, you know, Spideys to evade. Electro doesn't hurt him, but he's got to get a few Fury stacked up before that really takes effect. But if I know that it's not a science, then you know what, I'll go ahead and lead out with Cab because he's level 99 first of all, so when he blocks, I mean, I take little damage. Of course, he's got perfect parry. A lot of great things about that champ that, you know, he's a soldier. He gets you through, gets my guys to the bosses. And I kind of flipped the script when it comes to AQ. I use a regen champ, which I used to bring Wolvie a little bit, but since Scarlet Witch is so buff, she's my go-to for every single fight in AQ except for the bosses. I run Star-Lord at him typically. And you can see there, yes, it was raining in my area last night. Star-Lord for the bosses. If I run out of Star-Lord, I'll throw Miss Marvel at him. She's 550, dupe level 99 also. I take her down the poison path, which I'm gonna have to switch that up with somebody this round because of the heal block. So the bleed, you know, I don't want to lose 20% of my health on every fight. I won't make it to that line, so I'll have to switch with somebody. But that's her path. I bring her to AQ just for that path. She rarely gets it to the boss because Star-Lord takes out the boss. And if he doesn't, then, you know, I'll throw the Scarlet Witch at him or something and hopefully get like a stun, a stun and a power lock right out of the gate. Let's see, that was a decent run. 116 hits before she killed me. I think I got one more, yeah, 100,000. I'm not sure if it's one or two more, but I had to revive her a couple times. I didn't have to purchase any of these, any of the health potions or any of the revives you see. I've just been stockpiling them from just playing the game. They've been given to me. I've had to sell some recently because they were expiring. The more you just play the game and, you know, do the daily quests and things like that, especially like for your basics, your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 basics, they're gonna give you revives every once in a while. You're gonna get a lot of those, mostly cheaper health potions that you can just keep in inventory. And then, you know, if item use or something rolls around and see she started to regen there, I'm kind of glad she killed me. If item use rolls around, then you can, you know, hey, I'm gonna get into this quest, and sometimes I let my champ get knocked out, or I just quit the fight and knock him out, and then revive him, and then, you know, throw a bunch of these 375 health potions into him or something, because I know I've got a ton of them, and it goes, every bit of that goes towards the item use. So that's how sometimes when you see me put up, I don't know, 5,000-6,000 points, a lot of it is, you know, additional potions that are expiring. A lot of it's my signature stones, and I'll, since I'm level 60, I use my 40%. And most of my 50% XP boosts because they're pretty much worthless, and then I use a lot of arena boosts as well. And these last couple times I haven't even had to get into my arena boost. I've got, shoot, the 3 stars, 5 out of 5. I've got some in inventory that are gonna expire, and then I've got, I don't know, 60 or 70 arena boost crystals that I don't even open because it's a way for me to have an additional inventory. Same thing with the 4-hour free crystals. I don't open those because I know a lot of times they're going to be those cheap health potions and stuff, and well, if I got more than 25, they're going to start to expire, so they'll just go to waste anyway. So I'll save them for a day that I might need them, or if hey, you know, I'm doing this quest, I need some help, I'll just open some crystals up and get what I need. But it's a way to maximize your inventory without having things expire, of course. All right, boom, Ball Lake, done. What a pain in the ass. On to Wolvie. This right here, I think he gets me once. It was a lot tougher to do the first time. I tried with Scarlet Witch the very first time with a mutant crit team, and man, I hit him over 1,000 times and never got him below half health. So see there, she's nullified a couple regens, his power steal, great. I want to keep him, and I'll keep my 3 bars of power here. I want to keep him at 0 bars of power. Because if he gets a regen, especially stacks one, oh man, and he's got, you know, 1, 2, or 3 bars of power, and game over. Now see, I went ahead and went after him a little bit because I've got that SP3. And I don't want to be attacking him a whole lot. All right, he's got a regen, and he stacked it, boom, fire off that L3. Because it's sick regen. It will nullify it. Okay. See, this sucked right here. Can't stop him. He's regenerating. There we go. So much regen. 6,000 per second. That was 0 bars of power there. I'd go ahead and fire off an L2 just to do a little bit more damage. But I'm getting kind of low on health. I need to regen myself. I couldn't nullify. Try to get in there. I mean, 18,000, 20. I mean, the numbers just add up so fast with him. You can see here, I haven't done a whole lot of damage, and thankfully I was able to nullify it there. And I'm hitting him right now because he's stunned. And I know I've got an opportunity potentially. And see, I quad stacked the regen there, so that's huge. And I'm nullifying him, I'm power stealing him. Come on, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. If I can't get rid of it by the end of that 5-hit combo, boom, level 3. And sometimes just, I mean, yeah, I give her 1 or 2 hits to nullify it. And if she doesn't, then especially if he stacks one, and see, he's got me stunned, and I'm bleeding, I'm probably gonna die. Didn't nullify. There's another whole bunch of energy back for him. It can be a long fight with the witch. You'll see in the other video that I uploaded with the guillotine. It took me a couple tries, but I got down in 48 hits. It only took less than 2 minutes. So. I think this team is overall more efficient in terms of the rest of the Realm of Legends, but when it comes to Wolverine, man, don't mess around. Sometimes it's best just to use guillotine, let the other fights be a little bit longer. They're going to be very similar, but there's a double stack, get rid of it. The other fights might be a little bit longer, but they're going to be very similar in terms of you're going to be stunning them and you know, hitting them constantly, throwing off SP2s with the witch. It makes up for it for this pain in the butt fight. The very first time I came across this fight, I hadn't done a lot of research on beating the Realm of Legends, and I thought, oh man, you know, Wolvie, he's only got 360 some odd thousand health, which compared to all the other champs is 500 and some odd thousand. I thought, oh, I'm just gonna steamroll this guy, and well, 1,000 hits later in like 30, 40 minutes, and then just being pissed off. Yeah, found that out real quick. Sometimes too, you can, you know, if Wolvie's getting close to that SP1 and you want to get him to use it right here, see, so I went ahead and hit him while he was blocking, so he built up enough power to get that SP1 and then just bait it and get out of the way. Ugh, that sucked. Yeah, mistake. I think that's a final mistake. So man, had to hit him 208 times. 235k and 160,000 damage done. It just takes so damn long. And see, I only use a 20% revive here because I know that as long as I play well, yes, I'm going to lose a little bit right out of the gate, which if I don't regen, I suppose I'll die, but she gets so many regens, I'm not even worried about it. Sometimes you just gotta fight through those regens, man. And I think I nullified it there, but I was so anxious to just too nullify it that as soon as I got that SP3, I was like, man, I'm using it. So it might have been a little bit of a wasted one, but he doesn't have any regens, so. A little intercept for you. Okay, now here, because he is stunned, I mean, he does have 2 bars. And I think I want to go ahead and bait a special out of him. There we go. And with every crit hit, that's why I like the high crit rate, is because every crit hit has an 87% chance to nullify. So really, I mean, you know, 9 out of 10 roughly you're gonna nullify the regen. There we go, bait that SP1. He's starting to wear down a little bit. And if you notice, I always end my combos the same way I start them, with a medium attack. Medium, light, medium. Some people do medium and then just 4 lights. Just depends on, I suppose, like I like the added damage from the medium, and I've got my timing down with it, so it's great. I always, can pull off a parry afterwards. Some people like to end it with that light attack because they like the timing for their, for their parries. So it's all personal preference, but I do prefer the additional damage of the 5-hit combo. There we go. Nullified, power lock. He had 2 and I nullified 1. So let's just throw that SP3 on him, get rid of that other one. Keep going. That SP3 at 11,000 is so weak. Entering kill mode. I felt pretty good about letting that one off. There we go. We'll be down. 1 revive. More on the witch. Now these next 2, man, you'll see. I blazed through it. This video's almost over. Those last 2 fights were definitely the toughest. And Black Bolt, if you can get him up to his SP2 and let him use it, I think he loses like 30,000 health just by firing it off. Now she's gonna hit him and, let's see, Fury, Power Steel. I mean, she's just gonna take his power away from him so much that he never even gets to an L2. Which right there, my Mystic Dispersion pushed me to an L3 faster than I would have liked, but she never even lets him get an SP2. But if you're fighting him and you find he's at an SP2 or gets, full bars of power, let him use that SP2. Just don't get hit by it. But if you can let him use it, he'll lose 30%, 30,000 of his health just by using it. So it's a great little boost to help you get through Black Bolt for sure. 1 hit parry, come in from a 5, SP2, parry. Now see, Black Bolt's signature ability is he gains fury and cruelty, I guess, as he's getting his ass beat. Maybe if you're punching too. But with the Scarlet Witch, I mean, as soon as he gets it, she's just taking it away. It's going right into the power bank. I mean, you see there within 5-6 hits, I'm firing off another L2, another L2. I mean, it's so efficient. That's why I love it. Some people don't care for Mystic Dispersion, I suppose, but it's one of my favorite Masteries, considering I use it so much. I just wish I could pick up a Magic or a Jugs. I got Doctor Strange, which is nice. Now I got to awaken him. But yeah, the faster you get to her SP2, man, the fight's just over. But there you go, 121 hits, Black Bolt down. I've fought bosses in AW and AQ. Groot takes more than 121 hits. So yeah, that's fast. And Hulk here, we get him down in about 3 minutes. It's nothing spectacular. Of course, it'd be a lot faster if we didn't have the class disadvantage, but hey, you live with it. She's still gonna get crit hits, just maybe not hit him quite as hard. And plus Hulk, I think one of his things is physical resistance anyway. So the energy from her SP2 is more than compensating for the lack of damage from the hits. But as you can see there, man, she's doing so much more damage on him than she ever did. 29,000 on the Rhino earlier on. That dude's just a little tough. Once again, did not mean to get the SP3, but he got a Fury that I nullified so fast that I've got, I can't remember right now, I think I might be running Mystic Dispersion level 4 on this run. And in that case, I'm gaining 8% of, every time I nullify a buff, I'm gaining 8% of my power bar. So it can be quite a bit, especially if, you know, 1-2 hits, boom, you know, Fury nullify, and then you're already way up there anyway with your power level, then it can jump you to that SP3. Stunned. I went ahead and went for 4 that time. I probably could have got 5 hits in and then start another combo, but I always want to make sure I can start that extra combo. So anytime I see stun come up, I'm watching the stun. I'm not even watching my fight really. I'm watching the stun meter, letting me know how much time I've got left on it. And I do that too in war, because you never know what somebody's got on in terms of their masteries. You know, if they've got limber maxed, then that timer's going to go down a lot faster. So I might only be able to just, hey, come in, get another round of 5, and, you know, have to call it quits. But other times, you know, somebody only might have 1 point in it, and I can come in, I can get 5, and then I can get 2 or 3, and then I can start another 5-hit combo again. So anytime I see stun pop up, I mean, you know your swipes by now, and I'm just watching that little stun meter to let me know how much time I've got left, and to see how fast it's going to expire, to let me know how many additional hits I can go ahead and try to get in. Wearing him down. Once again, screen goes dark, goes to that big thunderclap, get out the way. You don't even want to block that thing, man. It hurts. No predictable headbutt. Very similar to was A-Bomb and Drax. Got about the same movement to him. There you go. Lights out. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. As you'll see here, I get 0 rewards for my time, minus a few health potions and some gold. But always love making these videos. Let me know if you want to see anything else, and we'll see you on the battlefield.